All right, hello, welcome. You're listening to the most popular show on Futures daily stream. My name's Frank. This is No More Paper. I would like to one day build a community of people that will challenge me. Not to grab information from others, not to scam them or sell them shit. Nope. Not gonna happen. That is the whole point of this. I want to be a trader. That's what I want to do. I mean, maybe that's why I don't make money. I feel like if you have to hurt another person to make money, you're doing something wrong. But I'd say 90% of the world thinks like that. But I'm okay. I'd rather die poor than screw someone over just to make a buck. All right. As I go live, we are bleeding. Also, the jobs report just came out. Let's take a look at that. Came in much lower than what they thought. That's not good. That means there's no rate cut incoming. So they could still do it. I mean, the guy was put in that position by a very powerful man who wants to see rates cut. Simple as that. So, what does that mean? Jobless claims came in better than they thought, meaning jobs are not doing terrible. The unemployment rate. It's evidence towards that. And the Fed, one of their mandates is to keep employment high. So we might be seeing the slow failure of the Fed. They haven't really been around that long if you look at the whole of history, and I would say that they got lucky a few times. They think they're gonna prevent things, but they're in a really sticky situation right now. Let's take a look at the charts. Google might have been the straw that broke the camel's back. Now, full disclosure, I am probably going to be buying here. I know. What are you thinking, right? What am I thinking? Well, we are at the bottom of a range here. Let me see if I can show it better. Actually, you could have seen it. Right here. 74.68. Now, the smart thing to do would be wait. The fact that we're getting down here so quickly instead of gradually tells me, I mean, the volume's kind of high, but it's much easier to manipulate volume in the pre-open and the overnight. So that tells me that they're bringing it down here for accumulation, to accumulate shares before pumping it up. Now, that could be definitely wrong, but that's not the point. Yeah, screw it. I'm buying 4 micros. We'll see what happens. 74.60 seems like a good stop. What is that bottom of that range? That is 74.67. We are not yet there. Perhaps I should have waited. Yeah, well, we'll see. All right, let's check out some news while I wait to lose some money. Let's see if they're pushing any AI trades. Tesla, when did Tesla, how did I miss Tesla earnings? Oh, it was just last night. Tesla and Alphabet, both sliding. I think IBM probably is too. But it doesn't matter. Like, Tesla's been missing profits. They barely make money anymore. They've been failing for a while now, and it's just weird because the stock keeps going up just based off of hype and promises that really never come true. What's the last vehicle they released? It was the Tesla truck, which was a complete failure, despite people buying them just for attention. And I think he's got to know it. Elon's got to know. He just keeps rolling his scams into another scam. Maybe Intel will save us tonight. Who knows? Tesla's once bullish tone on robotaxi shifts. Well, yeah, because there's not much money to be made. I mean, think about taxis. How much money is in taxis? Uber's got the market. Uber and Lyft. I don't care if you can get rid of the driver. Well, then you better hire an engineer for every driver you get rid of to fix your crappy systems. I don't see a lot of money in it. Tech is out of ideas. They really are. They're out of, except for sci-fi junk. What are they going to say next? Flying cars? Or quantum computing. I bet that'll be next. New Jersey Transit avoids. Okay, who cares? I don't understand how GM makes money, so I tried looking up a real. It's crazy how much corporations own the media these days. There's not an independent media source around anymore. You really, really have to search for real reporting, and it's usually some small guy on Twitter that they make it impossible to search for. It's really hard to find these people unless you actively search it out. And it's hard to find anyone talking about how not GE. Oh, this is GE. I'm talking about GM now. But GM killed it with earnings recently, and their stock went up. I'm pretty sure it did. Maybe it's failing now, who knows? No, it spiked pretty good. How are they making money despite they're losing car sales like crazy? And yes, I understand that they're milking people. If you buy a GM vehicle, I guarantee you are going to put more money into repairing the thing, taking it to the dealership. I've seen it firsthand with my cheap little car. A simple thing, a repair I can do in an afternoon. Charge $700 for transmission fluid change. Are you kidding me? They try to use all these weird terms to make it sound advanced. I understand it's not a BMW transmission. Some of them are stupid, crazy, uselessly complicated. I think it was like $500 they wanted for a brake change. I mean, that was 3 years ago. I don't even want to know what it is now. And that's not GM. That's even Toyota, which is probably the better of them. But people are just... So there's two groups. You're either just dumb and you don't care, or you're just dumb and you just pay whatever. You don't think twice when someone, hands you and they try to make it look all official. They hand you a paper. It's like a technical overview of your whole car. So you think, oh, this is really cool. And it's not there to give you information. It's there to sell you shit. And people just, they want to be sucked in by that, I guess. So you're either too dumb to understand that, or you don't have the time. I mean, for real, who has the time if you're working 40 to 60 hours a week and you have kids? Who has the time to do these fixes themselves? You just got to take it. And it sucks that companies don't innovate anymore. Even the big tech companies who we thought were the last bastion of innovation are now regressing. Who knows? How's my trade going? Not too good. Should have waited to buy. Yeah, well, oops. Stop. All right. I'm putting a stop in and I'm sticking to it. All right, let's take a look at the charts a little bit. I didn't do much homework this morning. I was trying to figure out why NexusFi is offline completely now. NexusFi is a forum, a futures trading forum. Loads of great information. It was along the lines of what I want to create, a forum for traders to talk without scams. Now they had advertising and all that because I understand this website takes resources, but I would do even less than that. I would try to anyway. No other news I care about. I want to try, I don't know why I haven't done this yet. I want to try just not visiting news at all for an entire day, or StockTwits. StockTwits is great to figure out, like, oh, there's just a big spike down. You go to StockTwits and find out, you know, Trump said this or that, or the Houthis are bombing this or that, whatever. All right, as I was saying, we are at the bottom of this range. I want us to fall more. I want all of the AI trades to unravel. But I still know better to not place a buy trade right here. The last time I did this, something as a major trade like this, I shit you not, price hit my stop dead on and then turned around and ran like 200 points. I don't know. It makes me kind of want to stop using stops altogether. Unless you're shorting. But if you're going long, just, you know, just wait. If you zoom out, go to like a monthly chart, which I don't have on Sierra. Maybe I do. Whatever. The market just looks parabolic over the past 5-6 years. Even before that, it was starting to look a little bit parabolic. So it's likely to, I mean, the most likely thing to happen is what's been happening. But, you know, you could go back to how many years and say price actually deserves to be, you know, at 3,000 instead of 7,000. It doesn't matter where it deserves to be. It's where it is. Man, this trade is really not working out. I'm in the whole 300. That's how it goes. I really do have the worst luck. Even when I was a kid, I'd go fishing. Everyone around me using the same bait, fishing in the same spots, catching tons of fish and getting nothing. Maybe there is something to be said for fate. Maybe Elon Musk was born to be a billionaire. And no matter how hard someone tries, you'll never advance past a certain point. But then again, I know enough, wise enough to know it's not about, I don't even know if I want to become a billionaire. I think it would end up giving a certain tint to life. It would not be that great. But it's not about money, it's about keeping yourself motivated, keeping yourself doing something that you're passionate about, so that you don't become depressed. All right, let's zoom in a bit. It's hard to call anything like this. I mean, VIX is, we're nearing 20. VIX right now is at high or low 19s. The only really good evidence I have that this is going to go higher is the fact that it is happening right before the open. It is kind of rare that the overnight will bid down and then the open continues down. And it's pretty much the same the other way around too. But we'll see. The overnight was pretty bearish. We did not stay above VWAP long before failing it and trending lower. We halted a little bit around yesterday's low. I forgot to mark initial balance from previous days. Oh, we broke that already, so the only one that matters right now is yesterday's. And we just broke an old initial balance low. But we'll see. And we almost hit right on a naked value area before rebounding. Just a slight amount. But let's say we do continue lower. I still would estimate that the open is going to retrace closer to point of control. In fact, we might spend all day arranging in this area before continuing lower, if we really are that bearish. It is rare that we would get such a sharp drop continuing through the open. Not to mention that there's just tons of regulation and incentive and rules and tricks, whatever name you want to give it. There's all sorts of tricks in their pocket that just poof, all of a sudden the market's green. I know that, yeah, they have circuit breakers. I think they have them both ways. I don't think they have them bullish. Maybe they do. Yeah, they have limit up. But there's just so much reorganizing around markets being perma bull over the past few years. Now, some would say, and I might include myself in that, that just makes, whenever we have a real bearish market, that'll just make it that much worse. You're just delaying the inevitable. But I have to prepare for the fact that maybe we'll never get a bear market again while I live. Who knows? If you look at the full history of America's stock market, it's only up over the long term. We really have been in one giant bull market for the past 100 years. All right, I'm not going to do if this happened, if that happened type stuff because it's just too hard right now, but I would think that we are going to range. If we are heading lower, we will range here first. We will shoot up before finding more sellers. The other possibility, which has happened a lot lately, is over the next 2 days, which is just, well, today and tomorrow, we might rebound entirely. And that's what I am trading for, if that happens. But we'll see. I mean, so much is stacked up right now. Yields really need to come down. That's where it's at. Let's take a look at that and then I'm out of here. As you can see, VIX is, and it's red hot. Dollar is also up. Makes it harder. Yields are not looking good. And 30-year yields. We just made all-time new highs in 30-year yields. We're close to it. That's not good. All right, that's all I got. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Good luck, goodbye.